I never thought I'd live long enough to tell this story, but here I am. When I was a kid growing up in a small town in the Midwest, I stumbled upon something that changed me forever. Something I promised I'd never tell anyone, until now. It all started on a hot summer day, with the smell of fresh-cut grass, the sound of baseballs cracking in the field, and a secret that would follow me for years. Hey everyone, before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss stories like this. Now, let me tell you a story that I've never shared before, a story from my childhood that changed everything. I grew up in a town where everyone knew everyone else. Our street was lined with maple trees, and we'd spend hours riding bikes, exploring the creek behind the park, or building forts in the woods. Life was simple, but to us, it felt endless. We didn't have smartphones or video games, just the laughter of friends and the wide-open sky above us. But childhood isn't always easy. One summer, a massive thunderstorm hit our town. The creek overflowed, flooding the streets. My neighbor's dog was trapped, and my dad told me, "Go rescue him, son. You can do it." I was just 10. I remember the muddy water up to my knees, the rain lashing my face, and the fear. I had never felt anything like it. That was the day I learned what courage really meant. Of course, not all our adventures were serious. My best friend, Tommy, and I were masters of mischief. We'd stay out past sunset, catching fireflies in mason jars, daring each other to sneak into the old barn, or racing our bikes down the steepest hill in town. We got into trouble more times than I can count, but those moments, the laughter, the adrenaline, they're the ones I remember most. Then came a lesson I'll never forget. One winter, an elderly neighbor's house caught fire. Without hesitation, our community rallied. I watched as strangers risked their lives to help each other, neighbors I barely knew running through smoke and flames to save lives. It was in that moment I understood that bravery isn't about being fearless. And kindness isn't about being rewarded. They're about heart, and about doing the right thing, even when it's hard. Now, decades later, I think back to those long summer days, the laughter, the storms, the scraped knees, the small victories, all of it made me who I am. I tell you these stories not to brag, but to remind you, your childhood, your memories, even the tiniest lessons, they are what shape you. Treasure them, and never forget the small moments that make life extraordinary. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more heartfelt stories like this. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next story.